Hello everyone, this is Adam from Newfeed.com, and we're getting the last set of collectibles in Murdered Soul Suspect. Now this is the Judgement House, the second to last area for the final confrontation in the game. So if you don't get the achievement for collecting all the collectibles after this video, then recheck all my other previous videos to make sure you have everything. Now the first collectible is a unique item, it's the candles. Like always, I will link the story at the end of the video. But anyway, walk up the stairs from the beginning of the stage, reveal the platform and get the next collectible. The plaque is on the other side, and walk through this room to get the third collectible. Fourth collectible, we're going to go into the first main hallway that we encounter, right from the main entrance of the Judgement House. And we're going to blink ourselves through this open area. Grab the next set of candles. Alright, once we do that, we're going to exit. Once we exit, we're going to head down the main corridor. Well, not head down, we're going to make a left into this room, and inside the closet, it's going to be our next collectible, number 5. Alright, once we get number 5, we're going to head into this room right here, and we're going to collect number 6. It's going to be the poetry entry of the Bell Killer. Well, the first poetry entry. Here it is. No, he didn't write it in blood. He wrote it in red paint, unfortunately. It would have been cool if he wrote it in blood. But, you know, whatever. Alright, next collectible, number 7. Head down the main corridor again. As a point of reference, in this house there are a lot of tight corners, so try and keep focused on your specific path so you don't get lost. Here's the next set of collectibles. Candle. It's inside this room. Just reveal it and get it. Another load screen for me. And another collectible closer to finally 1,000 point in this game. Next is a poetry entry from the Bell Killer. And here is another entry. Third entry of the Bell Killer. There we go. Next, we're going to head into the Bell Killer's war room right in here and get our next collectible. Unfortunately, the collectible didn't load for me, so I had to wait a couple of seconds before it did. It's supposed to be right here. It's an entry from Joy's mother, Cassandra. The final entry, I believe. But anyway, I have to wait here until it loads, and then I'll get it. Alright, now I'm going to grab the collectible, which should be on the floor. There we go. Last entry of Cassandra's journal. Just play the last of the cinematic because I'd never seen this before the achievement unlocks. There we go. Come on, move on. Don't care. There we go. When you come into this room for the first time, there are a couple of demons, but I already exorcised them, so they wouldn't bother me. Now the next collectible is inside that room. It's on the left side, but I get a little lost and decide to go right. But you can use that as a point of reference, that crow right there. But right in here, this is where the collectible is. Eventually I'll find it. Doing it all from memory is not the most ideal situation, but you know, it works. So eventually I figure it out and go, oh yeah, it's in here. And I grab it. There we go, collectible number 11. Number 12 is in that room with the crow. It's right behind him, right by the bed frame. I'm going to eventually walk through here, walk through this door. Well, face through the wall, technically, but whatever. There it is, by the bed frame. I did get these collectibles out of order, so of course I'll unlock the Ashes to Ashes achievement, which is tailored to the specific candles. After I get that, walk in here before getting that collectible, walk through this wall, and inside this closet it's going to be the next collectible. Right here. Number 13. Only 10 more to go. Alright, number 14 is that collectible we just passed by. It's right by the door. Just pick it up and walk downstairs. Alright, now that we've entered the last portion of the house, well, this is the first floor, I believe, yeah. We're going to head into this room, get collectible number 15. On the opposite end, there's going to be another room that we're going to get number 16 from. The game freezes a little, turn around, go into the next room, and we get number 16. We're going to get number 17 right after this. It's in that main room right here. Make a right, and on the wall is the plaque that we need to collect. Just pick that up. There we go. Alright, next collectible. It's inside a, well, you got to blink yourself into the next room. So I'm going to walk here, make a left, and you're going to see a small hole in the wall. Just blink yourself through and get the next collectible and blink yourself out. Alright, next collectible. It's in a room full of demons. Once you go inside, you're going to encounter like 5 demons, I believe. I already killed them all, so don't have to deal with them. Here it is. This is where I believe they passed judgment on all the accused people. Not really sure, but whatever. Right here, click on that prompt, get the collectible. Now number 20 is right there, shining in the distance. Looks all pretty. Just pick it up. Alright, the next collectible requires us to blink through a tiny hole in the wall again. Just walk on to this section of the house, right past the judgment room. And on the left side, there it is. The hole that you have to jump through. Or blink yourself through. Why you can't walk through, I do not know. There we go. Blink ourselves back out. Alright, I do apologize for this, but I get really lost here because of the tight corner, so I speed it up about 4 times. Yeah, you can see my stupidity at an all-time high right here. Where the hell am I? What do I do? Where's the collectible? Alright, from that hole in the wall where we got the last collectible, just follow this path and you'll get the 22nd one, which I eventually find right here. There we go. Don't do the same stupid mistake I did and get lost. But anyway, from there, we're going to head downstairs to the basement floor. This is all story progression, so you know, you'll eventually come here. So right here, this is heading towards the basement to the dungeon, with the judge accuses a specific character, and everything comes into perspective. It's not a big, huge reveal. I mean, if you paid attention to the story, it's pretty easy to figure out who the Bell Killer is and what's going on. But anyway, I'm gonna come down to this basement where you just found the dead body of a colleague. I'm not gonna say his name, but there is his dead body. Grab this collectible, and this is the final collectible. Like always, I will end the video with the story that unlocks. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And check out all my videos on Murdered Soul Suspect, including the Let's Play.
Salem wasn't the most exciting place for a couple of rambunctious 13-year-olds. And playing with my friends after school, they usually required a healthy dose of imagination to spice up the underwhelmingly bleak landscape. To us, Salem's history was just a bunch of creepy stories and tourist attractions. Witches didn't exist, we all knew that. That's why Robbie Barnes was the laughingstock of the entire school. He actually believed that they were real. Looking back, I wish I hadn't teased him so much. Maybe then he'd still be alive. I forget which one of my friends actually came up with a plan to prank Robbie, but it didn't take him long to get us all on board. My job was to find an example of an old spell. It took me all of 15 minutes. And the library had practically every book ever written on the subject. The next step involved the Judgement House. It sat up on the hill, abandoned. Everyone said it was haunted. What made it even creepier were the rumors that Judge Hawthorne burned the remains of accused witches in the house's various fireplaces. That's where Robbie comes in. We dared him to sneak into the Judgement House in the middle of the night and collect a handful of ashes from each of the fireplaces. Then he'd have to light some candles, sprinkle the ashes, and read the spell. We told him that if done correctly, the spell would supposedly blow out all the candles. If he agreed to do all this and the candles so much as flickered, we would promise to stop making fun of him. We could see that he was scared, but to his credit, he agreed to go through with it. What we didn't tell him was that we had set up a hidden camera to catch all the hilarity on tape. The next day, Robbie didn't come into school. We assumed he had chickened out and was too embarrassed to face the music. Then I heard that Robbie went missing. I felt the chill run down my spine as I retrieved the tape from our hidden camera. I pressed play and fast forward until I saw Robbie. He was doing just as we instructed him to. But then, a shadowy figure crossed in front of the camera. Robbie turned in horror just as the camera cut to static. When the image finally returned, Robbie was gone. And the only sign that anything had happened at all was the now smoldering fireplace over in the corner.